What's happening, y'all? Welcome back. Episode 31 of the walkthrough. Getting ready for Sellen's quest line. So, to actually get her quest started, what you do is you go over here and talk to Azure, and you get one of the probably the best mage spell in the game. Very powerful, very devastating. So, if you guys have been playing around with Comet, it was that huge projectile. This is going to be that boss move Renala used. Remember, she opened up that fight, that huge beam of magic, and you just lay on it, and you could actually cast it for as long as you have mana. And it literally just melts anything in front of it. So if the enemy moves around a lot, it's going to be useless. But some of the stationary enemies are going in the beginning of a fight. If you can keep them there somehow, they're just done. You know, they are done. There's not much they can do about it. Fully upgrade staff, 60 or more in an investment is just literally going to melt them. So now that you have that, this is what actually starts her quest. Let's go over here and talk to Sellen at Waypoint Ruins. Now we could have came back here and gave her the scroll. Gave her the scroll for Solovis, but since we weren't doing that quest, because I didn't want it to interfere with Ronnie's and cost anyone a trophy, we never got to it. So you can show a letter of introduction.
Solovis is not a name I ever wanted to hear again, but fine. It will help you, my apprentice. The stars alter the fate of the Karian royal family. But long ago, General Radahn challenged the swirling constellations, and in a crushing victory, arrested their cycles. Now he is the force that repulses the stars.
Yeah, so it's pretty much telling you, hey, kill Radahn to get in the underground, essentially. So, is there sorcery?
Sorcery, my apprentice. Then you have seen Master Azure. Master Azure was a founding Glintstone sorcerer, and my first teacher, a stern judge of men. But he must have seen something in you. You make us both proud. We can speak more later.
Tell me your story.
If you recall, I was exiled from the Academy of... It was for attempting to restore the primeval current of Glintstone sorcery. The toothless pedantry peddled by the Karian royal family can rot for all I care. I want Glintstone sorceries that open our minds, unbound by terrestrial taboos, no matter what we give in return. My apprentice, I presume that the teacher and student are not bound to tread the same path. But hear me out, my apprentice. I need your help to restore the primeval current of Glintstone sorcery. Perhaps this is a journey we could take together. Splendid.
So obviously, let us journey together. Then I was gonna actually show that off a bit. I mean, there is a lot of stuff to do, so we typically skip dialogue and cutscenes, but just in case anyone's interested, I'll let a little bit of it play out.
I need your... Master Lusat is another founding Glintstone sorcerer, and my apprentice with this
So she wants us to find Master Lusat. And to do this, we probably should have grabbed this earlier, but it's okay, it's not far. So we're going to jump on over to Church of the Plague. Now, Sellen's questline's going to take us all over, Wheaton Peninsula, Liurnia, Caelid, and eventually back to Azure. But it is a good one. Like, if you're a mage, it's really good, but we could actually side against Sellen at the end of this quest, and get a final upgrade map for basic weapons, your first ancient dragon smithing stone. Now, keep in mind, as I mentioned previously, you cannot get every quest line, or you can't get every item from every quest in a single playthrough, because sometimes you have to choose one NPC side over another and fight them. So because of that, you guys are going to have a decision to make. I'm going to go through and I'm going to tell you what your choices are, as I know every outcome of every situation and every NPC quest, so I will help you guys out. But there's going to be a choice to make. You can't do it all in one. So we're going to head northeast from the church. And we want to take out Mage Bro. Grab this. Might as well go ahead and hit our lantern. So we could have came and done this cave earlier while we're in Caelid. Near Smack This Rock. Very hidden, very obscure quest line. Very. But we could have done this earlier. Reason that we didn't is, she just gave us a Cillian seal breaker. There would have been one of those magic seals blocking a path here. There's no sense of doing something we can't finish. That's the way I look at it. And we would have had to come back anyway, so might as well just do it all at once. So Sellen's quest is going to be in part of this place. And then you have the regular tunnel with the bosses and all that. So we're going to go through here, do what we need to do for selling, then just take out the boss while we're here, because there's no sense of not doing that. So we're obviously going to be dealing with miners, a lot of illusionary walls. This is very much a, a magic cave, right? Let's grab our pickups. And over here, between the crystals, well, first we're going to go over here. And what's really weird, guys, is I've never seen this little section. I just happened to hear that guy, and I'm like, oh, I'm going for it. But I've actually never seen it before. Why would this be here if it doesn't lead to anything? That is so strange. Yeah, I've never noticed this before, but it's gotta be something, right? Or maybe it's just to throw you off. It said layer ahead. We must be missing something here. I've never seen this before, guys, so, obviously it's piqued my interest. But I'm not seeing any layer. So it's probably someone just, trolling, which is fine. But I'd hate to think I took notes for a walkthrough and missed something. That's okay. So there's apparently nothing there. Anywho, just right between these two crystals, give that a smack. Because I've been through this a million times, taking notes. And I did find more illusionary walls than I knew of towards the end of this place, but I've never even noticed that. Anyways, I would hate to think I missed something, that's all. We're going to kind of go around to the right, take him out. We should be good to go. It's got me thinking now, I miss other shit. Alrighty, so we're going to go on over here to our right. God, spam much, you piece of shit. Yeah, get him gone, bro. Get his ass out of there. Okay, so from there we're gonna jump across. One of these guys shooting ice at us. Lock-on's being a son of a bitch today. We're gonna follow this around, then we'll be able to drop down. Where we need to go for selling quest is actually below us. Let's go take these animals out. That's okay. It happens. It's almost embarrassing dying to something like that, but it happens. That, to be honest with you guys, that one little area threw me off because I started thinking I was missing something, and then, that kind of fucked with me. I was like, damn it, man, I fucking hope I did. I really fucking hope I did. So, sorry, I want to scroll over my notes real quick. The way this cave is set up, I'm sure I know 100% of it, like, I'm quite certain. Thing of it is, so people do that, and you're already in a cave, right? That has so many hidden paths. You're like, you start to think about it. But either way, let's move on. What we're trying to do is get beneath where we were, as I mentioned. Down there, I don't even know if the seal will be there anymore. Usually when you get those keys, no, I think you might have to interact with it. You might have to interact with it. I know that one for Ronnie's quest line we did, and as soon as we got the ring, it just kind of disappeared, so. Let's go through this shit again. Damn, they all missed us because we were under them. Awesome. Alright, so we're just going to ignore these fuckers. You can fight them if you want. I'm going to get to this guy before he gets up. Alright. There we go. So now we're going to jump across again. This is a different area. And what we want to do is we just want to curve around. So if you were to go straight, that's just going to take you to progress this place. But we want to go down here. Now there will be a mage you need to deal with. It's kind of shoot and shoot at you. Just going to roll off right here. Is this the wrong? No, it's up there. So there's two little fall offs. One has a Royal Revenant and one has this mage on the other side. And we'll get to the other side. But I just want to make sure we're at the right one. Because they do look identical. So let's go up and use our Seal Breaker here. Now this would be Lucette. He's going to do the same thing. Really slowly open his hand. Gives you another spell. There you go. Stars of Ruin. That is a legendary spell that you are going to need for your trophies. As you see, legendary sorcery devised by Lucette, primeval sorcerer. And then this one as well, legendary sorcery devised by Azur, primeval sorcerer. So without that, you're not going to get your trophy. So you kind of have to do Sellen's quest line. You know what I mean? Like there's some. And that's why I hate when people say, oh, you don't have to complete any NPC quest lines for a trophy. But yet, if you don't complete Ronnie's quest, you don't get a legendary ornament and you don't get a trophy ending. If you don't complete Sellen's quest line, you don't get two legendary spells. You don't get your trophy. So, while you might not get a literal trophy for completing the quest, they very much are involved in getting a platinum. I do hate when people say that because it's misleading and it can cause someone to miss trophies. You know what I mean? Especially when they put a fucking 100 hours in the game. I don't think it's right to mislead people. Yeah, so while, you know, NPC quest lines do not give you, and it's true, they don't give you trophies for completing them, they do lead to items you need for your trophies. So you probably should at least try to do as many as possible, right? And you gotta know which ones give you what. Anyways, we're just gonna head back on out. Drop down. This just leads us to the same area. But this time, instead of going down the crystal, we're just going to keep following it around the path. Who you hissing at, buddy? Run and jump. That's where we went last time, just to bring it around for you. And if you would have dropped down earlier, you would have ran into, you know, the Royal Revenant. But going that way, there's no way to get over that mound to get to the seal. So you got to take that path. Now we're almost through this place. When you get to the bottom, there's going to be two hidden paths here. What you want to do is just stick to the top right. I'll follow this around into this back corner. Smack that. There's your crystal spear. And then you could also, where the fuck is it? Oh. Yeah, you could also kind of ride along these crystals and this would drop you into another portion. So as you go to the boss, you'll see like a path on your left. So if you see that, it's because you missed something. I can't remember which crystal it was. It's right here. We'll get it. Gotta be from this one. Then I think we drop down to the other. I'm missing it somewhere. Oh, we gotta be on that one, then drop down there. Okay. Regardless, it's nothing crazy. We got the crystal spear, that's what matters. And as you go down here, this is going to take you to the boss. But that's the path right there. I just want to show that off. We're going to go for it. Do forgive me. This is something I just recently found while I was taking notes. I did not know about this path previously. And what happened was I was going down the crystals, and you have to take a very specific crystal. We're not going to waste much time. Like I said, it's nothing game-breaking we're finding here, but at the same time, to get everything done, it's that one. Which I thought it was. There's another crystal you fall on a wall you smack, so it's got to be that one. How did we get up there? Can I remember this? Let's try to go up. Maybe it was this way. Oh, yeah, I think it was actually. Yep. Okay. So you take the highest path up. There it is. It wasn't a wall you smacked. You had to drop down on these crystals. And then there was an opening in the wall. So like I said, forgive me. This is something I just found. Like, I just found this. Everything else was known. We have a little collection of dudes here. They're not too bad. Okay, this unlocking's gonna have to chill out. Thank you. I love when this game corners you and there's not a fucking thing you can do to defend yourself. It just seems really fair. That's the Crystallian ashes. They are very beefy. Not needed for platinum, not needed for a trophy, but they are very beefy. As you guys remember, you can only like beat them with a strike or a blunt weapon. At the end of the day. So from there, we are going to go and heal up. If you have a weapon that does strike damage, better. Because what we're about to do, guys, is we're about to have to deal with 3 Crystallians. This is a 3-on-1 fight. This is the worst it's ever going to be. Well, besides the Haley Tree. But all 3 of them this time actually are going to do rot damage. Well, I thought it was only 1. I'm quite certain it's all 3. Usually there's like a red cloth wrapped around the one's neck that does rot, and I'm pretty sure they all have it. So we are going to go in. We are going to summon Mimic to even the odds. And do the best we can. I can't think of a strike weapon I have off the top of my head. There it is. As soon as we break that poise once. That's what I'm saying when you do blood loss builds. You gotta keep in mind, you're not doing a fucking thing to guys like this. You know what I mean? With bleed, they're straight up immune to it. There's one. Damn it, man. This is why I say sometimes I don't care for summons, because he just fucks me on my critical, you know what I mean? Summons can be helpful, it's not a guaranteed win, and sometimes it's just not worth using them. This I want the distraction though, so now I gotta get behind him. Big hits. There it is. Don't let Mimic fuck you out of the critical, especially when you're probably already going to be rotted. Like I am now. If you look at my health bar, you see how much faster rot ticks than, poison. Look at that. Just trading it. Actually, they must have nerfed it. It used to be faster. I swear to God, it used to be way faster. Alright, so from there, we got everything we need. We are going to go ahead and talk to Sellen again. Now we've got that sorcerer from the Sats.
My apprentice, I have a...
Let's give her her dialogue. Hear the request.
My body in prison.
So this is a spectral version of herself, right? So, because of that, this is not her real body. She's a prisoner. They thought she's just an evil witch, right? So, because of that, they locked her up. This is her using her magic just to exist somehow. So, her real body was actually at the ruins down here. Witchbane ruins. And she wants us to actually take her soul out of her body and put it in another body that happens to be free. Now, there, if you guys remember Jaren from Caled, he's also involved in this quest. It's his duty to hunt down witches, especially her, because of how evil she really was. And now that, Radon has been laid to rest, she can do that. She can come down here, interact with the body.
These shackles take a toll on us all. There is something that I need you to find. My primal glintstone. A star has fallen, and my fortunes waver. Someone may come for my life. And so, I entrust it with you, myself.
So we're going to take her soul out of her body. Sellen's primal glintstone. So from here, so this is why you're gonna have a choice to make. So yeah, Jaren can go back to his mission now that Radon is dead, and he's actually took care of that for Radon. His mission is to hunt down Sellen. So after you take the soul out of her body, this is just for story. This is just for dialogue. None of this is important to us. But for me to actually go through and show everything, I do feel that that is important. Just trying to do a good job to cover it all, right? So we should be able to come down here and see Jaren. He's not here. That means we might have to exhaust this dialogue in Caled. Did we not talk to him after the fight? Bro, try to fast travel? These dudes, they're annoying and a waste of time. It's like one hit, like leave me alone. You guys are so far out of your depth. Thank you. Anyways, let's jump back to Redmane Castle Plaza. Like I said, this stuff isn't important, but it would feel incomplete if I didn't show it off. So after you took out Radon, usually if you take out the castle first, you don't really have to worry about this. After you take out Radon, you should be able to go up here, talk to him.
At last, brave champion. The celebration was festering with... Finally.
My work is done. I'm no longer bound to this fortress. I have a task in mind.
You could say. May we meet again.
Alright, so now, like I said, just to cover everything and do the best job we could possibly do, we're going to jump back. But yeah, if you don't clear his dialogue there, he'll eventually show up at the end, and the end result is the same. There's an invasion event where you're going to have to side with Sellen and take out Jaren, or side with Jaren and take out Sellen. So, since you can't get everything in a single playthrough for the guide, we're going to do what gets us the most items in the game, or what gets us the best items in the game. So, instead of getting the final upgrade map, we're probably just going to kind of look out for mages a bit. Let's go talk to Jaren.
Well met. I hardly expected to see the champion of the festival here. Of all places. You didn't know Sellen, did you? Well, whatever the case, just put it behind you. She was known as the Graven Witch. Obsessed by the primeval current, countless sorcerers fell to her hand. The most dangerous mage in the entire history of Real Akariazak. It is strange, though. The woman, she was like a husk. Her soul already fled. I suspect Sellen lives on elsewhere. I'm sure she'll turn up eventually. In another body, a sickening thought. But one that won't stop gnawing at me.
Alright, so from there, we need to go put her soul in a new body. So we're actually going to jump on over to Running's Rise. For anyone wondering how you figure this stuff out, well, like I said before, to figure out stuff in this game, it is about, going over all your dialogue options and reading every item description, but it's also about a keen memory. As, and again, the game, you went to Weeping Peninsula and you've seen a person that looked like Sellen. And obviously you've been talking to Sellen, in the chamber at the ruins, Waypoint Ruins. And then if you found Solvis stuff, you see another body that looks like Sellen's. So when doing this quest and getting Sellen's dialogue, I remember these two spots, so I went to these two spots. It is very obscure. And that's the thing. They want you to remember something from 20 hours ago, right? But if you can, you'll be able to piece this stuff together yourself. And the reason I talk about this is because people are like, how could you ever figure this out? And, you know, if it's your first Souls game, you'll eventually get to these games and know how to look at them and what little things to look for. Like, even in the DLC, I'm going to show you guys some really obscure things I found on my own. And I like to explain how I came about it. So when you guys play, maybe your next Souls game, you maybe look at it in a different way and kind of figure out, how to find this stuff on your own, right? So let's go and transplant this in. Like I said, I wasn't sure where to go first, so I went to Weeping Peninsula and got it right the first time, just because the Weeping Peninsula body was the first one I remembered. So I went there and got her, her Primal Glintstone. Then I did remember this and came straight and did it, but
finally, I can return to the academy to expel.
now the rest, she literally tells you she's going to the academy. Like, she literally just said, I can go to the academy and expel, So she's trying to get rid of Renala, and she does temporarily. So what's going to happen here is everyone has a choice to make. You can side with Jaren, and you can get like Sellen's helm, and you can get a final upgrade match. So that's how you side with to challenge Sorcerer Sellen. So Jaren's gonna be over here, so you can get a final upgrade map for regular weapons. But with Sellen, you're gonna get Azur's armor set, which has special effects for mages. You're gonna get Lusat's armor set, which has special effects for mages. You're gonna get the Glintstone dagger. You're still gonna get Sellen's helm, and on top of that, you get Jaren's set of armor. So for walkthrough perspective, we're getting 3 sets of armor, a helm, and a weapon, where that's an upgrade stuff. You know what I mean? And so like I said, there's only a set amount. And plus, we're going to kind of stick with the NPC we've done the whole game with, We're not going to stab him in the back. But there are only a set amounts of, ancient dragon smithing stones and ancient somber dragon smithing stones. There's only 8 sombers, but there's quite a lot of the ancient dragons, so I wouldn't worry about too much. And if you want to get stocked up for the DLC, don't worry about it. There's so many there, it's crazy. Plus, in this game, you're going to get like 12. So you'll have more than you need. I just think it's better to try to get the most items we can get for the playthrough, for the walkthrough. So that's that. And Jaren does magic too. You might want to, be careful for him. But like I said, when things like this happen and we have to choose a side, I will let you know of your rewards. I've been through the game every which way you can go through it. So, Eccentric's hood, armor, manchettes, and breeches. And now Renala's gone and we can't respec. What are we gonna do?
You've saved my
You just rest and Renala comes right back.
So that we, my apprentice, you have your own. But do think of your teacher. You will all rest assured. No, my apprentice. But here is a sim.
Here you go, Glintstone Chris, magic dagger.
When you become a lay bare the secrets next time. Oh, one last thing. If you fail to claim your throne, you can always pay me a visit. Oh, don't fret. Even my dullest pupils will always have a place here.
Alright, so after that, you do get Spiral Shard. That's what that mage was using on the bridge when we did Ride of the Lucaria, hitting the rooftops. And it has a lot of distance too. Eventually phases out, but it has a lot of distance. Fires twins, spiraling projectiles, and they're pretty big if you guys remember. Pretty hard hit and may surprise you. It's just a really hard hitting projectile more than anything else. Everything else you already had, so you can still get this all the way to the end of the game. And I'll mention this again, the Scholar's Ornaments. You're buffing your weapon with magic damage. Find choice, get all damage reduced on your shield. I would get this. I would get this. I would have got that a long time ago for an early decent hitting spell. And Spiral Shard I'd get, but honestly if I was a mage, guys, I'd get every single spell. If I'm doing Faith, I get every single incantation. That's just how we do it. But if we rest, Renal's back. And Sellen's been turned into a big blob of heads for her, for what she's done. Renala kind of put her ass down. And till the end of the game, you can still buy your sorcery. So, with Sellen's quest completely wrapped up, we're going to jump back over to the cave. Now, I should have mentioned this, but I literally just looked down my notes and seen it. If you choose Jaren's side, you're not gonna get. Well, I did say if you choose Sellen, what you get. So yeah, if you choose Sellen, you get these armor sets. But if you did choose Jaren's side, you cannot get these major armor sets, guys. So I understand you want that upgrade, Matt. So that's why I said, hey, if you choose Jaren, you get a stone. If you choose Sellen, you get 3 armor sets. Hopefully that made it clear, that you don't get the armor sets for Jaren. As I said, when you choose Sellen's side. But we can go to where Lucette was. We can go to where Zur was. They're just kind of dead now. And because of that, we'll actually be able to get their armor sets. And each one has added benefits. Like they increase the damage of the sets of spells they represent, right? So like Common Azure is going to get like 15% more damage. But it's also going to use 50% more mana. So kind of just like the Lucette staff. And then, the set Stars of Ruin is going to get 50% increased damage for another 50% mana cost. And it's definitely some really unique mage looking stuff, guys. So if you guys remember when we came in, we jumped across. Where is it? Oh, we missed that. So while we're here, let's go and grab that real quick. Still missing shit, look at that. There's a lot of paths through though. If you guys remember, it came to that point where, there's no way back. Can we get back this way? Yeah, we can. There's that point where we have to drop that gap and then kind of take that crystal down. Alright, so that's back to the start. Good. I wanted to reset myself up because we kind of got turned around. This way no one gets confused. This is the wall we initially moved. If you guys remember, we went around and we eventually jumped that gap. And after jumping that gap, you're going to go down that crystal, if you guys remember. So here's the gap, the first one. You're going to follow this around to the left. Just go wrap around the wall. Then you're going to go over here, jump this gap. Then you go to the left. And just follow down the crystal. And you are going to have that mage. So be ready to deal with the mage. But that's really it, not too bad. Alright, so we can go over here and get another armor set. See, the sorcerer is gone. And when you go to inventory, you want to read about it. Does it always say on the helm? Maybe it's over the helm. Yeah, so what powers remain within raises the potency of Lucettes primeval current sorceries at the cost of additional FP consumption. Now, since we took out that boss in the cave, we can fast travel. So making that easier. And we want to go over to where we were before at Primeval Sorcerer Azure. And you get this armor set. So, if you chose Jaren, their bodies will still be there. And because of that, I mean, you could smack them like solid stone. Can't kill them to get this or anything like that. Now this one, what powers remains within raises the potency of Zur's primeval current sorceries at the cost of additional FP consumption. So keep that in mind, guys. It's like a 50% more mana cost for 33 minutes, so we can get in the Hero's Grave too. 50% more mana cost for like 15% more damage to either Comet Azure with that set or the other set, 4 Stars of Ruin. So it could be really nice. Both are legendary spells. I'd put both on my build. Just those 2 spells will take up 4 memory slots. All legendary spells do. Not even just legendary spells. Some just special spells, we'll call them. Now as we go down here, to the right will be our next Hero's Grave. Now this one won't be too bad, but there's a few paths you gotta take. The worst one as far as like navigation and getting all the secrets and finding everything is actually in Altus Plateau. There's 2, not the first one, but the second one is another area where they kind of take out more chariots like you did the first one. Like I said, the first one was a very secretive weapon, right? Or yeah, the holy great bow was very secret, hidden. If you didn't know how to drop those pots, you couldn't get to your true great bow. Well, it's gonna be similar. Probably the most secret armor in the game, which is the sentinel, tree sentinel armor. You have to figure out how to take out chariots, and that one's way more complicated. But I know how to do it, so we'll get you there. But yeah, so there's always some good stuff here. This one we can't do anything about the chariots. So what I like to do is run down to your second hole, jump to the right. There will be a few skeletons. Just kind of jump through them. What I like about this is usually you gotta kill the skeleton again while he's on the ground. But if you put him down in lava, you don't have to worry about it. Now, as soon as he turns around, go, 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 go. You can go down 2 more holes if you're playing it right. Get out of there, go, 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 go. We're gonna jump right here. We're gonna wait. And there is stuff behind us. Well, actually, we might be able to do one swift. Yeah, we'll go up and clear this, but just remember, we want to come back out the same way. Now hold up your shield, there's gonna be a page attacking you. There's gonna be multiple pages, just like commoners down here, aristocrats. We get 2 armor sets here as well. Another death root. And a couple things. It's definitely worth our time. We get the Bloodhound Knight armor, which is actually a really nice armor set to buy you some time until you get, a better one. But this is the first armor set I find where I'm like, fuck yeah, I want to wear that. This one's really beefy, No, wait on it. And that, ooh, it's too soon. Fucker, I ain't risking that. We would have died if I risked it. Usually you could actually run a little early. Alright, so we're gonna run smack that. There's gonna be 2 pages in here on the left and the right and the back corners. So I like to just run up and just try to get that one down as fast as I can. There we go. And it might get killed. And I honestly, I don't even think it's worth it. But because if we get killed here, we probably are gonna. Heal. Heal. Oh, so close. The thing of it is like if you get killed here, you gotta get your souls, and all that for a stone sword key, just to make sure I was being thorough and cleared the path. But being the walkthrough, I don't want to leave items on the table. That being said, also if you had opening bubble tier, you could at least tank through one of those and maybe got back. It's more of an inconvenience because he changes his trajectory. And he's not going to go down as far. He's just going to go to that door, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And you're just not getting out of that without tanking through 12 attacks, I'm sure if you guys remember, second hole, you'd have enough time to grab that and just run straight back. We're going to go down, second hole again. Then go down, jump to the left. Now, we're actually going to be going down this way through the lava, but, 50,000 souls, guys. You know what I mean? 50,000 souls, so. Alright, so we should just have to run out and grab our stuff. I'm not too worried about the chariot. Where are they at? We died right here. Alright, so now we're just gonna work backwards. I don't know why that's there. I know nothing's up there. I never found nothing up there. Alright, so just gonna run on back. Now we can go ahead and progress this place. This one's not too bad. There's not too much going on here. If we can get through it, we could probably almost get up to Volcano Manor. It'll be close. Alright, you can get here, you can do a back step or just roll. He might hit us, but usually he won't come past that little mound there. You just look that way, you know, like I said, you can back step, put on a dagger with quick step on it, and help you get through it, but usually I just say fuck it and just roll. It's crazy how slow lava ticks in this game, because in like Dark Souls 3, you'll do this and you're dead, watch. You'll be like, dead. Like, that's it. This game, they've lowered the damage of it so much. Well, they put paths through lava. I don't really think they had a choice, you know. But here's gonna be a really grotesque weapon, creepy weapon, disgusting weapon. It's the ringed finger. Unfortunately, it's not something I'd ever use, but I'd be remiss if I didn't at least show you guys. This thing's wild. 15 strength, 9 dex. It's a fucking hammer, but it looks like a nasty finger, and you just beat people with it. And it's actually a somber weapon. The biggest joke in the world. Who in the right mind is going to bring this to plus 10? I'm sure people have, you know, because people are weird. But look at the actual board. It's really big and just stump somebody. But I gotta tell you, when I play these games, I like to be serious about my build. You know what I mean? Like, I like to put together a competent build. And you can make any build competent, I'm not saying that. But, you know, I want a weapon I can respect. You know what I'm saying? Blasphemous Blade, Dark Room Greatsword, Bloodhound's Fang, Rivers of Blood, which I've never used. We actually are going to use that this playthrough, but I've never used it. But still, you know, and that's just weird. So anyways, when you go through here, get to the left side. Let's go and heal. Now, this is going to bring us to a boss. Now, we are not done here. There's other stuff to do this way. Not much, but there's other stuff to do. However, we're going to knock this boss out, and then we'll just ride the chariot back up. You're probably like, ride the chariot back up? Yeah, dude. I'm gonna be real with you. It's like one of the coolest fucking things in this whole game, what we're about to do. It's so cool. So this is going to be another Red Wolf or Radagon. We know how obnoxious they are. So a little bit of Blood Flame. I'll probably summon Mimic just because this guy's annoying. And so it's not that I don't use summons. I use them. I don't use them for every single fight when they're not needed. Most of the time they're just not needed, you know. Most of the time Mimic gets in my way, or another summon just gets in my way. It makes the fight harder for me. A lot of people think summons make it just easy. No, sometimes I think the summons make shit just harder than it needs to be. You know? There he is. After you take him out, look over here. There's your blood night blow. It's actually summons I like quite a bit. But by the time you get here, you already have Mimic. I'll tell you what, so you guys have an advantage over me. Why don't you guys use Mimic and I'll use Flow? Oh, because I can't yet. Okay. I'm only going to suggest you guys, well, Mimic is, you know, the best or the second best summoned in the game. So if it's your first playthrough, I think Mimic's a strong choice, but I also think Tiche is a strong choice. So Tiche, as I said, is a summons we'll get in a bit when, you know, it's time to do the Moonlight Altar. It's a very hard fight. I'm not going to go to the Moonlight Altar, because I'm sure we could all just get through all of it, you know, get to levels to do so. Let's drop this and climb back up the ladder. But she uses Destined Death, which literally just melts health. Like, once they're afflicted with it, it's like being poisoned or rotted. Like, her health goes down, but it moves so fast. It's crazy. So she's definitely the best summons in the game. Not Mimic, Tiche. I mean, you know, realistically. So what we want to do is we want to run, jump, and just ride this up. Just kind of turn around. And it's neat. I love it. There's going to be a Cemetery Shade Changer drop. It's just a basic enemy this time. This is where you get his first sword. Oh, since when does Skeleton Bro get there? That gives you the Mantis Blade. And although, you know, he has blood loss on you, that weapon doesn't do blood loss. So as you leave there, go to the left, drop down on the sledge. We're going to go forward and actually get 2 armor sets. So as soon as you go in, you barely see it. There's a little pathway here. Now this Bloodhound Knight has no health. Just like that Cemetery Saint. No health whatsoever. Just going up, put him down. I mean, damn near one-shot his ass with a fucking light attack. That gets you his set, and then we get the Gelmir Knight set. So, 2 more sets of armor, baby. Like, at this point, there's some duplicates, but look at this. It's crazy. We're starting to get it. Now, yeah, remember, most of them just aren't that good. Let's count everything we've got up to this point. Halfway through the game, that wasn't from a drop chance, right? There was, like, a true armor set. And we do got to count that, even though it's stupid looking. You know, it does have its benefits, but not the best looking. Like this stuff. Commoner's Garb was actually a guaranteed drop and not a chance drop. We found that at Stormville, so we technically should count it, but I'm not gonna. That was a drop. But like this, you know, that's a true set. That's 1, that's 2. I don't know. No, I think it's dropped to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, technically 7, technically 8, 9, because those are from quests. 9. We picked that up in Canada, that'd be 10. I mean, they're just not good. 11. It drops 12 from the Noble. That was starting. That was guaranteed. So 13, 14. Drops. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 24, 25. So we have 25 sets of armor. Unfortunately, just none of them really look that good. You know, it's quite unfortunate. Just none really look that good. So I do like the Bloodhound Knight. So look at that. It looks really good with the gauntlets. Looks really good with the greaves. You know, it's got a little bit of a cape to it. We could change our helm so you can see it a bit more. From my other favorite helm. It's just a, you know, a nice set to buy you some time, right? That's what I think. I mean, it'd be a nice set for the rest of the game if you wanted it to. Now we are actually done here, guys. There's just like one more thing to do. There's your root resin. After that, there is like nothing else. Yeah, that's where we drop down at. And that leads you back up toward the top. So it's kind of fast travel out, which we are able to do because we took out the boss. I'm also looking at another level already. Do that. 2 more levels and we'll go respec and get our health higher. Like I say, we only need 14 strength. I guess when we work up our levels after we respec, we'll probably get our strength to 16. We only need 14 for the suggested weapon for the build. That's it. Only 14. However, with 16, we could pretty much use any medium shield we want. So I do believe it's, you know, a good choice. So now, I guess there's no real reason to get on Torrent. We're about to have to drop off them here in a second. Take our wolf bros out. And we'll be getting our weapon before too long, guys. Like I said, we're not doing Moonlight Altar and Upper Caelid until after the Underground. Like when there's absolutely nothing left at all to do, and it's time to go up north. That's when we're going to jump back and just make sure we knock out everything. Bellbearing Hunters, Upper Caelid, Moonlight Altar, you name it. Like, we haven't even ran into any Bellbearing Hunters yet. We can, but a lot of times they don't spawn in like they're supposed to, and you don't get anything good from them, non-trophy related. They drop bell bearings. They're very hard to fight. Until you learn it, they're extreme, probably the hardest fight in the game. One of them, for like just random bosses you encounter. Like mini bosses. These mini bosses are harder than most bosses in the game. Probably harder than 80% of the bosses in the game. But the bell bearings you get from them buy stuff like roa fruit. It's just, maybe some consumables, maybe mushrooms, just dumb shit. So we're gonna go and clear this stuff out. I guess we'll save him. We have to go get the bow. So up here's gonna be your pulley bow. So people are like, damn, we just grabbed that. No, we grabbed the pulley crossbow. This is actually just, the regular pulley bow. Now I will say at launch, none of these ranged options got proper scaling. No bows, no crossbows, no great bows. None of them are actually getting proper scaling. Now I don't know if they are yet, because I don't do pure melee builds. If I did, I'd tell you, but I'm sure, with all the updates and stuff like that, I'm sure they've, put proper scaling on them now. But I still notice they were picking up some ranged options, like the one in Ray of the Target, that magic crossbow. It wasn't getting no scaling, so, it was an upgrade, but still, some scaling should have showed. Some. Alright, so we're just gonna clear all these fucks out. Still ain't got his helm yet. And you can farm him for it, but it does respawn. Now you can kill these guys if you want, but we have to go to the graveyard down here. We're gonna get a Somber 6 and a Side of Grace. So I figure we might as well just kill him on the way up, because I killed him twice, so I'll probably end up resting. Alright, so let's go and grab our runes. And at the edge of this cliff is just going to be like a Somber 6 sitting off a chair. I guess fuck it, we don't need to rest. Oops. Does it not want me to have it? Or yeah, like with a book. Alright. Don't need to rest. We should still grab our Side of Grace. We're at 52 minutes. So I don't think we're going to make it all the way up to Volcano Manor. We could. This drops us down to a section we have not been. It looks similar to where we were, but when we go to Volcano Manor, it'll drop us down there, so I'm not worried about it for now. But we could almost get to Volcano Manor, so. Have like a pretty hard boss fight. We have a cave, a camp, and then we're at Volcano Manor. And then we have a grafted sign. I'm not gonna go out the way and sit here and tell you it's a mini boss fight though. He's got a regular health bar. But he's definitely an elite enemy. That's going to get us a weapon in between episodes. I may actually go ahead and upgrade. Just something to play around with. Do maybe dual curve swords for a bit just to play around. I don't know. I'm not guaranteed. I'm thinking about it. We're about to get the best small curve sword in the game for a basic weapon. For sure. We're going to get one per playthrough, unfortunately. If you got two, it'd probably be too powerful. Seriously, it's that good. Like if you're trying to do a bleed build. Heal. There you go. So, as always, he's just a one and done. He's not going to come back. And right over here, get your Scavenger's Curve Swords. This thing is nasty, guys. It's nasty. As I said, basic weapon doesn't really look too special. It causes blood loss but 45. 105. But pairing this is really nice. With innate blood loss, you can get to do other things as well. And we've also... And just whatever other curve sword you want. Like that one's going to have innate bleed. And then you can just go through your other curve swords, find something to pair it with. Make sure you bring both up together. Keep them level and putting on some real solid Ashes of War. You got the Falchion, you got the Shamshir, we got the Manus Blade, which does not have blood loss, as you see. That's our choices. Serpent God's curved sword gives you some health. That'd be pretty cool. Get some health and get blood loss on the other. I'd probably go with the Falchion though. Shamshir, DD 109 plus 45, 108 plus 47. So this one actually gets better scaling. I don't know. Both would be nice choices. Alright, as you see though, it's gonna be pretty good. We don't have them upgrade or anything, but yeah, I mean, you also have Ashes of War. We could put, Arcane Scaling. We could put Blood Boss on them. We put Fire Frost, whatever the hell you want to do, and it's just another playstyle. So that's why I kind of want to show it off. So R1 is your right hand, with L1, you're dual wielding them as long as the weapons match. And they do put off a lot of damage. When you're just stacking those things together. The jump attack gets 4 hits. The running attack gets 4 hits. And look at that, they're upgraded, but the jump attack just fucking shit up. So it could be a fun playstyle, but we'd have to rely more on dodging is the thing, because there is no block. You gotta remember, L1 on this weapon, dual wields. So because of that, there's no block. It's all gonna be about dodging. That's that spinning slash. And you just want to use the right hand. It's gonna get that blood loss off. So it's a nice choice, nice play style. I might fuck around with it for a little bit. Look at them arrows in me. I mean, they're poking out everywhere. Look like a damn porcupine or a fucking blowfish. Okay, so there's multiple ladders going up here. Now, if you take the one on the far right, it'll lead you up to a merchant, and that's it. So if you want, he does have explosive bolts. Not explosive bolts. It's the this one I just picked up. We picked up a while ago. So like the lightning great bolts or something like that. You guys know what I'm talking about. But, no, it's not the merchant. Here's the merchant. He sells the ones I'm talking about. But that's what's on that ledge right there on the body. So if you want to climb up that just to get to there, you can. But we're not going to climb up multiple things twice. So what is on that ledge, he has as well. And it's actually the, explosive great bolt. So I apologize. He has the Confessor starter set. And we're working our way up. And we have made it completely and fully up to the Volcano Manor. The only thing left is a boss fight. And we'll do that. But we're going to wait till the next episode. I'm not taking this guy out in a minute. There's no fucking way. It's the same boss from the Caelid Tunnel. The Falling Star Beast. Now, if you don't like them, don't worry. There's 2 left. There's this one. There's one in Altus. And you won't never see him again unless you play the DLC. And there's only one there at the very end. And, he's completely optional. But he does drop a gravity spell. But it's far away. Oh, yeah. And we have the cave, too. But for right now, we're just going to kind of rush up and get our, our shot of grace. Then we can turn around next episode, hit the cave, and then we'll take out the boss, and we'll go ahead and do the Volcano Manor. Now, you don't want to take out Rykard yet, though. I'm going to teach people, it don't matter to me. Taking them out early would just be out of order. You think you would at this point, but you have your invasions. Now, to get all the items from the invasions, you can take out Rykard now, but you gotta remember not to talk to Bernal. If you talk to Bernal, this quest will disappear. So you can still kill Rykard right now, get the best faith weapon in the game. Fire gives you some healing, but if you talk to Bernal, that's gonna push him to Fair Missoula, so he can't help you this invasion. But, if you don't talk to Bernal, you can kill everybody else, and then still do these. And now Tenth won't be around to give you your rewards, but it'll just be sitting on the drawing room table. So I'll cover that, and we'll go through it. But for the walkthrough, we might wait and take them out. Either way, guys, we are going to wrap up here. We will be back next episode to check out the Falling Star Beast and the Volcano Manor.